Nia, kutushya? Mom, I'm sad. Nia, it's suffocating, Mother. I don't want to live anymore, Mom. It's so hard to breathe, and Mom, I want to tell you, Mom, Mom. My breath cuts short. Each gap severe lodging in my throat, and I claw at it, trying to breathe, wheezing. The words help stuck at the back of my throat, and everything's supposed to be okay, but my body itches, and I claw at my chest. There's sharp pain needles moving throughout my body, and my head feels hot from the rush of shame, and my hands clench and unclench to the beat of my heart. My limbs are heavy and numb, and I find myself paralyzed. I bite my tongue, holding back. I cry. And so I lie down, rocking myself back and forth, staring at the roof sitting heavy on the blue dry walls. I wrap my blanket around me and I close my eyes. The image of my mother waking up every morning appears. Every morning my mom wakes up, quietly stalking throughout the house to make sure not to wake up the 10 bodies sound asleep. My father sits upon the bed listening to my mom shuffle about. The car keys jiggle and the door slams shut. Every morning my alarm beeps. I roll over and turn it off. Put on my everyday wear, pulling the worn jeans over each leg and the oversized t-shirt over my head. I rub my eyes, stifling a yawn. Time for work. I take a deep breath and out the door I go. You see, I was taught to be grateful for what I have. My parents grew up in war and famine, the secret war, the hush-hush of society. They lived through the refugee camps, crossed over the rolling hills, swam across the strong currents of the Mekong River, slipping opium to the newborns as they fled through the jungle, their hearts racing, bringing only what they had on their backs, risking their lives for their children. So when I open my mouth and squeak out the words, Kutushya, I am sad. I am filled with shame. I wish I could explain to them why my throat closes up and I can't say a single thing with anxiety rippling throughout my body. I wish I could explain why some days my eyelids are heavy and finding my will to live is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Because this feeling that I feel, this switch up of cultures, this never-ending act of shame, of simply being sad, of being depressed. You see, living with parents who have to be on survival mode their whole lives makes you live with your fight or flight always on. You start building walls. You start layering brick upon brick until no one can come in, and you build a box around yourself. There's cultural standards, the American dream, the need to fulfill the Hmong legacy, being Hmong American. I'm supposed to be grateful, but when the knot in my stomach comes back and the days never end or start and I lay in bed lifeless, I feel less than grateful to be alive because why are you sad? There's no reason for you to be sad. Get up. Don't be lazy. And so I drag my feet off the bed, going through the motions of the good Hmong daughter, going through the motions of the good American student, planning for a future that I want nothing to do with. Living day-to-day life, peering through the lens of what it could be to not be sad every day, pretending that I'm okay for the sake of others. Because to be anything other than happy is unacceptable.